Howdy y'all, and welcome to Creators Gaming. Today we're going to be making some scattered terrain for our seafloor out of garbage. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. To start off with, we're going to repurpose some boxes that I have, anywhere from Amazon boxes to canned boxes. I am going to be cutting these all different sizes because I want them to be stackable and to kind of have that shelf look on the ocean floor. Once we have that step completed, we're going to go ahead and hot glue the pieces together, sandwiching in some hot glue in between. We're going to go ahead and pause the video right here to remind you that you can become a Patreon or buy us a coffee. All proceeds go towards furthering the channel and buying supplies. If you help out, you do get a shout out. And since we're having unusual cold weather here in Texas, we're going to go ahead and just use some black acrylic paint to cover this instead of taking it out in the backyard and black bombing it with some spray paint, as it would never dry. And don't worry if you miss a couple of pieces here or there. I think it kind of adds to it at the end. That plus, once we put the flocking on, you're not going to notice it anyway. Next step that we're going to do, we're going to dry brush it in some khaki. This kind of brings out the highlights. That plus, once we go over with the green later, it really gives it some pop. Not to go too wild with it, but if you do, this is an acrylic paint. And like I say in all my videos, acrylic does kind of dull out after a while, so don't worry about it. It'll be fine. As per mentioned before, we're going to go ahead and dry brush this in a Kelly green. This is a matte finish acrylic, and I really like how it looks on this. And also on this, there's no rhyme or reason on how I'm going to be covering this. It's just whatever suits my fancy at the moment. So if I feel like it needs a little bit of green there, green will be there. Also not mentioned before, if you see those little vents in the back, those are just macaroni shells, and we are going to coat them in a purple iris. Also another matte finish. But I really like how this turned out, and I really wish I'd captured it on video. I had just snapped the bottom parts off, that way it would sit flush, and the ones that are broke I used for scatter pieces. Win-win. Next step, we're going to go ahead and use a little bit of moss that I also got from the Dollar Tree. We're going to hot glue this on because I don't want to wait for tacky glue. And there's no rhyme or reason on this as well. We're just, if it looks right, that's where it's going to go. Actually kind of lucked out with this package because some of the moss was different colors and I like how it looks. I think it makes it a bit more natural. To speed it up a little bit, we're going to take this plastic plant and cut off some of the flowers, and we're going to hot glue these onto our pieces as well to make it look like underwater plants. Now for my favorite part, the cover up. We are going to be using some Elmer's glue or school glue to just kind of cover up some pieces. Anywhere where you think that it needs a little extra, that's what we're going to do. And you're not going to use a whole lot of glue because then it would take more drying time, and you know I hate it. I don't like to wait for it. So just a little bit will do, and I kind of like how this turns out. And to keep from making a big old mess, we're going to go ahead and just dip it inside the container itself, although it will be tricky once I do the big one. In the next step, we're going to use some seashells that I also got from Dollar Tree, and we're just going to stick these willy-nilly. I tried really hard not to go overboard with this, and I think I kind of failed. Or succeeded, depends on how you look at it. But here you go, here's the finished pieces, and I think it really gives it pop. Throw in some of my flumps or jellyfish for size and for decoration, so you can kind of see how it all ties in together. There you have it. Super cheap, easy project. It's not very quick, but I do think it's well worth the effort. If you liked the video, please hit the like, subscribe, share the video. It helps out a whole lot, and I hope to see y'all again next Friday. Bye!